yourself. It look like you're hurting someone else, but you really destroy yourself and you can't see it. So stay away from anger. Anger is of the devil. It's not natural. Especially for men, it's not natural to be angry. And it's unnatural for women. Women can overcome anger, but they must forgive. They must forgive their mothers or grandmothers, whomever raised them, and return to their fathers. And they'll overcome their anger as well, and they'll develop a logical mindset rather than an illogical mindset. Illogical mindset is the mindset of the devil. The devil's mind is all scrambled. Just a bunch of mess going through it, right? And that's the mindset you have until you truly forgive. And you will treat others as God is treating you, no matter if it's your enemy. Really. Let me go to Randell, a first-time caller out of Nashville, Tennessee. Randell, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, thank you so much, Jesse. I just discovered you a couple months ago myself, and it's really been a big help. I actually have a really quick story to share. It won't take very long, but about a year and a half ago, I actually got into a debate with the Black Hebrew Israelites on the corner of a street here in Nashville, Tennessee, and I ended up getting shot. You know,
they shot you?
Yeah, I got shot in the back of the head, and he shot 7 other people as well.
Wow!
But by the grace of God, the bullet just scraped the back of my head. These men kept saying, "White people and Asians can't get into heaven. We're good men." And then I quoted that verse that Christ said. I said, "No man is good but God." And as soon as I said that, that's when the bullet scraped the back of my head.
Wow.
And I was really angry and upset about it. And then the 7 other people that got shot, they ended up going to court, convicting him. He got all this jail time. But then I did something based on your advice. I got up to that court and I said, "I forgive you." And I wrote a letter to his family and to the DA. And I said, "I'm going to read the Bible with you over the phone twice a week." And he doesn't hate white people anymore.
Is he still in jail?
Yeah, he's still in jail, but
Nice.
whenever he gets out, I'm gonna read the Bible with him, and he's turned away from all that because guess what? He also didn't have a father in his life.
Of course.
And it always comes back to fathers. And then me myself, I forgave my mother recently because in a lot of ways she turned me from my father as well, and it's been so healing. And me and my dad have a good relationship. We talk on the phone like several times a week. And, I'm 33 years old, and I feel like I've just, become a man in the last couple of years. It's kind of sad, but at the same time, it's better late than never.
Yeah.
I wish I had this knowledge, 10 years ago, but here I am.
Yeah.
And one thing that I do now is I'm not married, but whenever I go on dates with girls and talk to them, one of the first things that I ask them is, "Do you love your father?" And if they start saying bad things about him, I just drop them immediately.
Nice.
And now when I look back in my past, all the girls that I've dated, I couldn't figure out why it didn't work out. But after discovering your message, I look back and I'm like, wait a second. Every single one of them said that they hated their fathers. It all makes sense now.
Yeah.
But the girls that said that they loved their dads, they always were more conservative. They were more level-minded and a little bit easier to deal with. I mean, all women are a little bit crazy. You just have to pick your poison. But liberal women, they're liberal women, guys, don't even give them a minute of your time. It's already dead before it begins.
Amazing story, man. Well, I'm glad that the bullet wasn't as it wasn't as bad as it was, man. That's an amazing story.
Well, the other 7 people that got shot, this is the other part of the story. They all have PTSD. They're in all these counselings and stuff. I don't have any of that because of the forgiveness.
Yes.
I can go to concerts. I can go to crowds. I have perfect peace because to me, anger is a feminine action because if you're angry, you're not in control. And as men, we have to always be logical.
Yes, absolutely, man. And that's why men have to overcome the anger so their mind can be renewed back to logic the way that it was before they were traumatized by their mothers or grandmothers. Absolutely, man. It's amazing.
That's right. And that's my new mission is I go out into the streets because there's a lot of black Hebrew Israelites where I live at. And that's my new mission in life is to try to turn them away from that false doctrine, because in Galatians chapter 3, verse 28, it says that we're all one under the body of Christ. There is no race.
Well, I understand what you're saying, and I understand what you're trying to do, but I want to warn you that people are angry today, and anyone who has anger cannot be trusted. And so I don't know if I would recommend that you keep going around those people trying to, quote unquote, save them, because if they're not ready for it, that evil spirit, especially with the white man, they hate the white man more than God hates sin, right? And they will, especially in today's society too, where it's been pushed that the white man is the enemy, he is the devil, he is this and that. You're running a big risk. I would let God guide me into how to help. So I wouldn't be taking that kind of risk, but it's up to you.
Well, and I'll take that under advisement. And the last thing that I'll say, because, I don't want to hog up your line here, but, I've ran against the liberals in my district here in Tennessee. I lost the last election because my district is really blue. It's really liberal. But I keep hearing you saying that godly men need to get back in government. So I'm thinking about running. I'm thinking about running again. So if anyone's in District 51 in Nashville, Tennessee, vote for Randell Stroud if you see him on the ballot. And there's going to be no abortion. There's going to be father's rights. I think that when a man and a woman get divorced, unless that man has some kind of crazy criminal background, he shouldn't even have to fight for 50-50 custody.
It's insane.
It should be the default law automatically.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Randall, that's a safer position to run for office than it is to go amongst those people, because they're very angry and you are putting your life at a serious risk. I would not recommend it, but I wish you well in running, man. Call me again.
All right. Thank you so much, Jesse. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're rebuilding the man and rebuilding the family. I support you 100%.
Thank you, Randall. I wish you well with running, too. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, man, y'all got to get involved. Run for office. Don't let anybody tell you Christians should not be involved in government. Look what's happening. We don't have Christians in government anymore. And look how crazy things are.